Europe is in a mild recession right now, but there's a significant risk that the recession goes from mild to very severe. A financial crisis has wide-ranging effects, and we can look at Greece and say, hey, Greece is a fairly small economy, but Greek debt is owned by a number of banks in France and Switzerland and the Netherlands, and so we have a risk of a financial crisis spreading all over the continent. So what would a severe European recession mean for American business? It's important to recognize that Europe has three relationships with the U.S. There are customers, there are competitors, and there are suppliers, and so we need to think about those. As customers, it's pretty clear. European consumers and businesses are going to buy fewer goods from America. Right now, Europe accounts for almost 1/4 of our total exports, and we actually export $2 trillion worth of stuff a year, so that's a major force for the American economy. Sales are going to go down, but there are a couple of other risks that I think that American businesses should think about. One is trade credit. It's fairly common to extend credit to a business that you're working with, but there are going to be fewer credit-worthy companies in Europe, so credit standards need to be maintained, maybe even tightened down a little bit. In addition, here's the scenario that I really worry about. Imagine a company in America fills a container with stuff and ships that stuff across the ocean to Greece, hits the harbor at Piraeus, and the deal is the company in America gets paid in 30 days. Now imagine that the Greek government decides that they're going to get out of the Eurozone, use the drachma as their currency once again. They would probably pass a law saying all debts of Greek citizens and businesses that were specified in anything else, like euros or dollars, are now payable in drachma. And there'd be foreign exchange trading that happens right away, and the drachma would lose half of its value in, I'm guessing, a minute and a half at the outside. So here's this American company, and it's expecting to get euros or dollars. What it's getting are drachma worth about half of what it had expected. So that's something that American businesses need to consider with respect to their lawyers and their bankers, how to take care of that risk. So as customers, the Europeans are going to be tough for us. In addition, the Europeans are our competitors. So American businesses go head-to-head with European businesses for sales not only in Europe and North America, but also South America and Asia. And sure as shooting, when a company's home market weakens, they start cutting prices to gain market share in other parts of the market. So American businesses are almost certainly going to see increased competition. Now, I've talked to some American businesses who say, well, maybe we'll lose some of our European competitors. They won't be able to stay in business. And yeah, I believe that will continue in a couple of niches. But generally speaking, the Europeans really want to preserve jobs, and I think they'll keep their companies operating in the European equivalent of Chapter 11. So don't expect a lot of relief from European competition. So in addition to being our customers and our competitors, European companies are our suppliers. We import a fair amount of goods and services from Europe, and pricing should be easier. We have more bargaining power because if they don't sell to us, they're certainly not selling much in their home market. So we ought to be able to get better pricing. But here's what I worry about with some of our American businesses. They're building complex products and they're relying upon a European supplier for a specialized component. And without that supplier, they cannot sell their whole product. Well, if that supplier goes under, then that American company is in a lot of trouble. So this is a good opportunity for American businesses. Go through your list of vendors and say which ones are really critical. You know, if you're just buying nuts and bolts, you can get those anywhere. But if you've got a customized product that you really rely on, you maybe need to make sure that your vendor is going to be able to stay in business. Well, whether it is customers, competitors, suppliers, the big picture is pretty clear that the European recession is bad for America. And in this campaign season, I want to make a political comment. I try to avoid politics, but I hear too many people campaigning for office who are bad-mouthing foreign countries. Look, America is more prosperous if Europe is more prosperous, and that applies to Asia as well. We are tied together.